Osama bin Laden, once the public enemy number one of the United States, still haunts the world with his notorious nickname, the Ghost of Al-Qaeda. But is that the full truth? Behind the devastating attacks that shocked the world lies a mysterious web of conspiracy theories and unanswered questions. Could what you know about bin Laden be just the tip of the iceberg? Behind the image of a notorious terrorist are secrets never fully told, thrilling stories that no one dares to believe. Bin Laden wasn't just an extremist, but the center of a complex network of conspiracies, with theories that challenge every conventional understanding of the global war on terror. He not only challenged the US superpower, but also common logic, blurring the line between enemy and ally, and turning truth into a tool for crafting some of the most controversial stories in modern history. What made the Ghost of Al-Qaeda an enduring symbol of conspiracy theories, and what mysteries still lurk behind his infamous name? From the caves of Afghanistan to the secret offices of the CIA, was it really just a place where bin Laden grasped ultimate power? Or is that where all the conspiracies began? Join us at History Journey as we uncover shocking theories and astounding details about the enigmatic life of Osama bin Laden, the mysterious relationship with the CIA, puppet or pawn in the geopolitical chessboard. Bin Laden is infamous for his role as the leader of Al-Qaeda, but behind that legend lies controversial theories about his ties with the CIA during the Soviet-Afghan War. Some analysts and investigative journalists claim that bin Laden was once a valuable asset of the CIA during this war. But the question remains, was bin Laden truly a secret ally of the US, or just an unwitting pawn in a complex geopolitical chessboard? Supporters of this theory argue that the CIA provided weapons, training, and funding to the Mujahideen fighters, including bin Laden, to combat the Soviet invasion. They suggest that this very support laid the foundation for Al-Qaeda's rise. Was this a classic case of nurturing a snake in one's sleeve, or a far more complicated strategy? A bolder theory suggests that bin Laden may have been directly trained by the CIA at a secret facility in Pakistan. Supporters of this theory point out that bin Laden's organizational and strategic skills seem too sophisticated for someone without professional training. Could the CIA have inadvertently created its own Frankenstein's monster? However, critics of this theory argue that there is no direct evidence linking bin Laden to the CIA. They claim that US support mainly flowed through intermediaries like Pakistan's ISI. So where does the truth lie within this tangled web of conflicting information? Another perspective suggests that bin Laden's relationship with the CIA may have been far more complex. It's possible he was used as a double agent, working both for the CIA and extremist Islamic forces. This could explain the sudden shift in his relationship with the US after the Afghan War. Is this a case of a spy turning against his former masters? The question of bin Laden's relationship with the CIA remains a contentious topic, sparking speculation about whether the US may have unwittingly created its own worst enemy. This leads to a larger question. In the world of intelligence and counterintelligence, who are the real allies and who are the enemies? Following History Journey to discover more surprising and captivating historical stories. September 11th, terrorist tragedy or controversial? Inside job? The 9/11 attacks redefined the global war on terror, but also became the source of one of the most controversial conspiracy theories in modern history. Some conspiracy theorists have suggested that 9/11 may have been an inside job, with bin Laden playing the role of a scapegoat in a much larger plan. Supporters of this theory raised numerous questions about the technical details of the Twin Towers collapse, the speed at which Building 7 of the World Trade Center fell, and the hijackers' ability to pilot commercial airplanes. They argue that the scale and precision of the attack exceeded the capabilities of a terrorist organization. Could this have been a sophisticated operation staged to justify war in the Middle East? A bolder theory even suggests that bin Laden may have collaborated with extremist elements within the US government to carry out the attack. Supporters of this theory point to certain decisions and actions by the US government before and after the attack that seem too convenient for expanding power and military intervention abroad. Could bin Laden have been exploited by those with far more power? However, the opposing side points out that there are thousands of witnesses, physical evidence, and independent investigations that confirm Al-Qaeda's role in the attack. They argue that the scale of such a conspiracy would require the involvement of too many people to keep it a secret. Where do we draw the line between reasonable skepticism and absurd conspiracy theory? Another perspective suggests that the truth might lie somewhere between the two extremes. It's possible that certain elements within the US government knew of the attack plans, but allowed it to happen to achieve political goals. This could explain the security lapses and the government's slow response on September 11th. Is this an example of letting it happen, rather than actively orchestrating it? The question of September 11th continues to spark controversy, challenging how we view an event that reshaped the modern world. It raises deeper questions about the nature of truth in the information age and the role of skepticism in a democratic society. He mysterious death, the end of a legend or the beginning of a new one? The announcement of Osama bin Laden's death in 2011 marked a significant milestone in the war on terror, but it also opened a new chapter in the world of conspiracy theories. Many questioned the authenticity of the event, leading to speculation that bin Laden might still be alive. Skeptics point to the lack of public evidence, such as the absence of body images and the quick burial at sea. They ask, why so much secrecy surrounding the death of America's most wanted enemy? Could this have been an elaborate charade to achieve political ends? A bolder theory even suggests that bin Laden was secretly relocated, possibly for interrogation or as part of a covert deal. Supporters of this theory argue that bin Laden's intelligence value may have been far greater than simply killing him. Could the public announcement of his death have been a way to end the manhunt while still retaining a valuable asset? On the other hand, supporters of the event's authenticity argue that the secrecy was necessary to prevent bin Laden's burial site from becoming a shrine for extremists. They also point out that many senior members of Al-Qaeda confirmed his death. So, where does the truth lie in this mess of conflicting information? Another theory suggests that bin Laden may have died years earlier, possibly from illness or in a secret attack. According to this theory, both Al-Qaeda and the US government had vested interests in maintaining the image that he was still alive. Al-Qaeda to maintain unity, and the US to justify military actions. Could the 2011 raid have been a staged event to officially close the story? The question of bin Laden's final fate continues to spark debate, challenging how we perceive truth and information in the digital age. It raises deeper questions about the role of secrecy in national security and the thin line between truth and fiction. Bin Laden and technology, enemy of modernity or master in hiding? Osama bin Laden is often associated with the image of hiding in Afghan caves, living a life detached from modernity. However, some controversial theories suggest that bin Laden may have been a master in using advanced technology, hiding behind the guise of a reclusive extremist. Some analysts believe that Al-Qaeda employed advanced encryption and communication methods to coordinate their global operations. They argue that the organization's ability to evade detection for so many years indicates a remarkable level of technological expertise. Could bin Laden have been a master hacker, hiding under the mask of an extremist leader? A bolder theory suggests that bin Laden may have had access to advanced technology far beyond what the public knows. Supporters of this theory point to the fact that some of bin Laden's messages and videos were produced with suspiciously high quality, especially for someone supposedly living in a cave. Could bin Laden have had a secret lab where he accessed the latest technology? However, skeptics argue that the image of bin Laden as a technophobic recluse is accurate. They point out that many of bin Laden's messages and videos were of low quality and seemed to be produced in primitive conditions. They suggest that Al-Qaeda may have used simple but effective communication methods, such as basic encryption or personal lines of communication. The question of bin Laden's true relationship with technology remains a mystery, challenging how we view the capabilities and strategies of extremist organizations. It also raises deeper questions about how we assess the technological threat posed by such groups and whether we may be underestimating their abilities. Perhaps the story of bin Laden will forever remain a lesson in the complexities of modern history, where the line between reality and conspiracy becomes blurred and the truth can be stranger than fiction. It is also a reminder of the power of information and how it can be used to shape our perceptions of the world. Following History Journey to discover more surprising and captivating historical stories.